I saw blood, fresh blood, in the hallway at 7 in the morning, and a tooth, a child's tooth. That was on my second day, March 16th, 1987. If you watched the first episode, you saw that my first day was strange. Lights, shadows, sounds that didn't make sense. But the second day was when I realized it wasn't just strange, it was dangerous. Before I tell you what happened, I need to know you're really with me on this, because what I'm going to reveal today changes everything. I'm going to show you the book. I'm going to tell you about the blood in the hallway. And I'm going to explain why Mrs. Walsh told me that the last broken pact caused the Black Death. Yes, that Black Death. 1347. Look, I know you might be watching out of curiosity, but if there's one thing I learned in the 23 years I spent in that house, it's that knowledge protects you. So do this. If you really want to understand what happened at Holloway Mansion, if you want the full truth, hit subscribe right now. Turn on notifications, because I'm going to tell this story day by day, and if you miss an episode, you'll be lost. And honestly, you're going to need to know what comes after what I'm about to tell you today. Trust me. Let's go to the second day, and let's start with the moment I woke up and realized something had happened during the night. 5:47 a.m. I wake up. I don't know why. I just wake up. And man, the cold, it wasn't normal. You know when you feel like the cold is wrong? It's not just temperature. It's like something is sucking the warmth out of the air. I get out of bed and walk to the window. Fog, thick fog covering everything. But it doesn't move. It's still, solid, like frozen cotton hanging in the air. And a light, a single light on the third floor, second window from the left. There's someone there, standing, looking in my direction, looking at me. I close the curtain, fast, heart racing. I breathe. I count to 10. I open it again. The light is off. The person is gone. Clock, 5:52. I get dressed quickly, suit, tie, shoes. Routine calms me down, you know. It makes me feel in control, even knowing I'm not. 6:15. I leave the suite. I cross the courtyard to the service entrance, and I see it. Footprints in the frost, bare footprints, many of them, different sizes, leaving the mansion, heading into the forest in March, with below freezing temperatures, barefoot. I crouch down, look closer. Big footprints, small footprints, and some that are too small. Not a child's, smaller than a child's. I didn't investigate, I didn't follow the tracks. I just went inside the house and pretended I hadn't seen anything. My first lesson in selective blindness. The kitchen is busy when I arrive. Margaret cooking, the twins arranging trays, Thomas drinking coffee, but clearly uncomfortable. He stays for 2 minutes and then runs out, literally running. "Good morning," I say. "Good morning, Mr. Penrose," the twins answer. At the same time, same tone. It always gives me chills. I pick up the task list Mrs. Walsh left. Normal list, breakfast at 7, children at 7:45, Mrs. Holloway's tray at 8:30, meeting in the library at 9. And the last line, in red ink, "Do not enter the west corridor on the second floor before 8. The ink is wet. I touch it. My finger turns red. The list was left the night before, more than 10 hours ago. The ink shouldn't be wet." I look at my watch, 6:32. I go serve Mr. Holloway's breakfast. 7. I go up with the tray, second floor hallway, the paintings on the walls, all Holloway ancestors, and every one of them has the same blue eyes, identical, like the same person aging across centuries. I knock on the office door. "Come in." Victor is there, already dressed, grey suit, 7 in the morning, and he's perfect, like he's been awake for hours. "Your tray, sir." He doesn't even look up. "Has the mail arrived?" "At 9, sir." When it arrives, bring it to me immediately. An envelope with red wax. Only you may touch it. Understood? The way he says red wax, there's hunger in his voice, physical need, like an addict waiting for a dose. Yes, sir. I leave. I close the door, and I stop. In front of me, the west corridor. The corridor forbidden before 8:12. I look at my watch. 7:03. 57 minutes until I'm allowed to enter, and I see it. A dark stain on the floor, 10 meters ahead. A stain that wasn't there yesterday. I know I shouldn't. I know Mrs. Walsh warned me, but something pulls me. Curiosity or stupidity. I walk 3 steps, 5, 7, and I see it clearly. Blood. Not a stain. A trail leading to a door at the end of the corridor. Brown at the edges, red in the center. Recent. Drag marks, and in the middle. A tooth. Small, white. A baby tooth. My stomach twists. I think of a child. I think of an accident. I think of calling the police. And then I hear it. Footsteps. Fast. Coming from the door at the end. I turn back, quickly. Not running, but almost. I look back once. The door opens. One of the twins, carrying something wrapped in a white sheet. Heavy. Red stains bleeding through the fabric. She sees me. Our eyes meet, and she's not surprised, not worried. She's waiting, like I was supposed to be there, like it's a test. And she whispers, or maybe both of them whisper, I don't know, you shouldn't be here. Man, if you're feeling what I felt in that moment, leave a comment. Seriously, just write anything. I would leave the house. I would call the police. Whatever. Because I need to know there are people on the other side, that someone is listening to this with me, because what happened next, what Mrs. Walsh showed me in the library, it changes everything. 9E. The library. Mrs. Walsh is waiting for me, standing, hands folded, perfect posture. Punctual, good. Mrs. Walsh, I need to report. Blood, I know. She says it with no emotion, none, like she's saying it rained yesterday. The twins already cleaned it. They do it once a month, always in the west corridor, always before 8. Once a month. But what? Sit down, Mr. Penrose. I sit. She remains standing. Yesterday, Mr. Holloway mentioned 3 qualities. Do you remember? Competence, loyalty, selective blindness. Selective blindness, she repeats. The most important, it means seeing things and not asking questions, accepting that there are things in this house that are necessary. Necessary, I saw blood, I saw a child's tooth. That's not cyclical, she cuts in. And necessary. It always has been, it always will be. She says cyclical with weight, like the word means more than I understand. The other 11 butlers, she says, failed to maintain selective blindness. Some asked questions, some investigated, and some left. Those were wise. Others, she points to a photograph on the wall. One I hadn't noticed before. Mansion staff, 1985, a butler in the centre, maybe 40, a confident smile. Edward Thorne, butler number 9. He asked questions, he investigated, he found answers. They found his body 3 months later, in the forest. The report said heart attack, but his eyes told a different story. You have a choice, she continues. You can leave now, 3 months' salary, a reference letter, or you can stay. But if you stay, there are rules. And the first one is, do not seek explanations. To this day, I don't know why I stayed. Pride, money, curiosity, probably all 3. I'll stay, I say. But I need to understand how to do it, how to have selective blindness. For the first time, I see her almost smile, but it's sad. Then I'm going to show you something. She takes a key from her pocket, dark bronze, ancient. The key has a spiral engraved on it, the symbol on her brooch. But there's more. Tiny letters on the shaft, Latin. Custodia eterna, pretium sanguinis, eternal custody, the price of blood. She unlocks the glass doors, the forbidden books. Come closer. I step forward. Man, the smell. It's not the smell of old books, it's flesh, cured flesh mixed with chemicals like leather but wrong. And the bindings, it's not just leather, it's leather with the wrong texture, some burned with symbols, others with metal clasps like they need to stay shut by force. And the titles, the ones I can read, aren't English, not Latin. They're in languages my eyes can't process. Alphabets that shift when I look at them. One book has no title, just a symbol, and the symbol changes when I'm not staring at it directly. These books, she says, are the Holloway inheritance since 1687. The reason for everything you saw, everything you will see. She pulls out a volume. Thick, heavy, dark red leather, almost black. No title, only the spiral symbol. When she slides it out, the other books sigh, not imagination. A sound, low, like relief or terror. The Book of Pacts, she says, a record of every agreement the family has made since the 17th century. She places it on the table, carefully. I will show you one page, only one. Then you decide if you stay. She opens it in the middle. Yellowed parchment, brittle edges, handwritten black ink. But it's not the writing that makes me recoil. It's the illustration. It fills the entire page, technical, detailed, like an old medical manuscript, but it doesn't show a human. It shows something, wrong proportions, too many limbs, impossible angles, and eyes, multiple eyes, placed where they shouldn't be. And while I'm looking, I swear the eyes blink, not all at once, one by one, in sequence, scanning me. I blink, I shake my head, I look again, just drawings, ink, nothing else, but my hands are trembling. Below it, Latin text. I recognize a few words. Custodes vinculatum sub terra perpetuum. Guardian bound under the allard, perpetual. The Holloway family, she says softly, is not just rich, not just old. They are guardians. She closes the book. Guardians of a pact made more than 3 centuries ago, to keep something imprisoned, something that cannot be released. She looks me in the eyes. The rituals on the 3rd floor, the renewals in the corridor, the visitors on new moons, all of it is part of the pact. All of it keeps the chains intact. And if the pact breaks, I ask, she goes silent, long, and then for the first time I see real fear in her eyes. The last similar pact that broke was in 1347, Europe, and they called it the Black Death. Black Death. 1/3 of Europe died. 75 million people. That's what happened when a pact broke. If you're hearing this and thinking, this can't be real, like the video, now. Because I need you to understand. Every word I'm saying is true. Every detail. And if more people know, if more people understand, maybe we can stop it from happening again. Now let me tell you about the letter. I leave the library in shock. The rest of the morning I move on autopilot. Cleaning, silverware, supplies. 11:30. I pass by the west corridor. Immaculate. No blood, no evidence, marble shining. But I crouch down, pretend to fix the rug, and I see it. Hidden along the baseboard, a small dark stain, and a strand of hair, blonde, childlike. I don't touch it. I just stand up. Keep walking. 2:27 p.m. The mail arrives. I open the mailbag, and there it is. Thick parchment, yellowed, old handwriting. Victor Holloway III, Holloway Mansion, owner of the pact. A red wax seal, a stamped symbol I can't identify. The envelope is warm, not hot, warm, like human hands holding it. But the mailman just delivered it, and the mailbag is cold. And the weight, it's wrong, too light, like it's empty, or filled with something that has no mass. I go up to Victor's office. I knock 3 times. Come in. Same position as this morning, seated, reading documents, 7 hours later. The coffee I served at 7 and is still on the tray, untouched, cold, toast in the same place. He didn't eat, he didn't drink, he just waited. The mail, sir, including your envelope. His eyes light up. Intensity, hunger. Leave it on the desk. And Penrose? Yes? Close the door. Make sure I am not disturbed. 1 hour by no one, not even my wife. His hands tremble when he takes the envelope, slightly, but visibly, like a dependent. I step out. I close the door. But before it fully shuts, I look. He breaks the seal, and when the wax splits, red smoke pours out of the envelope. Not steam, smoke, thick, almost liquid, and Victor inhales, deeply, like physical need. I shut the door fast. I stand there for 30 seconds, processing, and I hear it, his voice. But it's not English. It's nothing I recognize. Sounds that make my head ache. And a reply, a second voice, from inside the empty office, deep, distorted, answering in the same language. And for a moment, laughter, not human, not animal, something in between, something ancient. I step away, I go downstairs, I return to work. I don't think, I don't process, I just keep going. Selective blindness, 10 p.m., back in my suite. I write in the diary, 2 pages, every detail. I end with what is imprisoned beneath this house and what happens if the pact breaks. Before sleeping, I look out the window. 3rd floor, a light, a silhouette, Isabel, looking down at me, smiling. And then she waves, slowly, like an invitation or a warning. I close the curtain. I force myself to lie down. I don't sleep. I listen. Wood, wind, and that singing coming from under the ground. 3:33 a.m. Another sound, metallic knocking, rhythmic, like someone pounding on a metal door. From the inside, trying to get out. That was my second day, the day of the blood, the tooth, the book, the red letter, the day I understood this house does not operate under human laws. In the next episode, March 17th, the visitors arrive. Sebastian comes to find me at 3:33 in the library, alone, and he tells me something that explains his empty stare. The another one, he whispered, and why, 6 years later, he made a choice that changed everything. Listen, if you made it this far, you're already in. You already know too much. Subscribe. Turn on notifications. Share this with someone you know will understand, because the next episode is when the mask slips. It's when I start seeing what's really happening. And when Sebastian tells me what he knows, you'll understand why I should have left on that second day, and why I didn't. Some secrets destroy you slowly. Sebastian found the kind that destroys you all at once, and he tried to warn me.